We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Tackle made by Rasheem Green.
A 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Cousins gives way to Cook. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. A 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. On the ground, it's Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tackle made.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now it's Lockett. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
22-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first carry here for Robinson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Anthony Barr.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run here with Robinson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On third down, Wilson steps away to his left. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That third down conversion good for 23.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Second and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He'll find Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
For the extra point.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run. Robinson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Vikings nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen. It's time.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
defensively a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Cousins now. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
at the 44-yard line.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good catch there by DK Metcalf, and when he came into the league, we were all impressed by his physical attributes. Looked like he was chiseled out of stone. This guy's body is one that we all really wanted to have. But as his rookie season progressed, they added more and more to his plate. Now at times, with his size, his speed, and ability to catch the ball downfield, he looks downright unstoppable.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Able to find Harris, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
26-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd down now, it's Robinson. Down to the 25. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Wilson to Metcalf that time. 1st down, Seattle. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And it's caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Vikings nothing. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 29, Cousins. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Cook. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Cousins hands to Dalvin.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third down.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Myers for the extra point.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed Old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Bailey now for the extra point.
Point after.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
Makes the score Seahawks 28, Vikings 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
They'll run it now with Robinson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
2nd down.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
And the defense has spread the field, a dime package here on 3rd and 12. Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
You must be dreaming. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now it's Carson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Good.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
At the 34-yard line.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Brings up 3rd.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Darrell Taylor able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
It's third down.
Cousins to throw it. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Listen to me.
Now Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. He's got a man, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Tackled back at the...
That was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down.
On the tackle. An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down Seahawks. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the draw, Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Anthony Barr brought him down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Go! Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Go! 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. You better be afraid of me.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
A gain of 14.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run. Cook. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 45 on second down, Cousins. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He's got daylight.
We live for this.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Seahawks 45, Vikings 17. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 6-yard pickup.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watch the run, watch the run.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
To throw, Cousins. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Come on, the ball. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Here's Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, 10, 5, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
The extra point now coming from Myers. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Seahawks 52, Vikings 17. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. I'm coming, I'm coming.
They run it again with Cook. Dalvin Cook on the carry. Jamal Adams there on the tackle. A gain on the play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, here's the run with Cook. He was taken down by Quentin Dunbar.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pick it up, guys, pick it up. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On third down, Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Oh, that right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Tonight's final score is
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week.